so he's sort of in between. And
well, I know Lloyd Free isn't a point guard. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you got that right.
So whoever else they've got hiding, Lester Kana perhaps,
hasn't done it yet. Celtics controlling the opening tap. Ainge, who had 12 points, including 3 3-pointers in the All-Star game. Now Bird and McHale wheels on Peterson, but he wheeled by dragging his pivot foot and traveled, so the Celtics turn the ball over right away, and back will come Houston.
Kevin flashed in there and kind of bounced off Peterson. Peterson was waiting for him. Peterson is another guy who has gotten an opportunity to be a starting power forward after the trade and hasn't really gotten the job done, we're told.
Now at the other end, McHale commits a foul on Peterson, and that'll put Peterson at the free throw line. Both of them played at Minnesota. Kevin, of course, 4 years older than Jim Peterson. Peterson will shoot too. He's a 74.5% free throw shooter.
A lot of guys like Peterson, you know, they're overachievers when they have something to prove. In other words, coming in off the bench and then become underachievers once they have proven whatever it is. You know, coming off the bench, he was a heck of a, looked like a heck of a prospect. Now he's in a starting role, and he's not playing as well.
Bird's jump shot, no. Rebound, Rodney McRae. Rockets leading 2-0 on Peterson's 2 free throws. McRae goes coast to coast and blows the shot. And on the rebound, Dennis Johnson gets hit in the face by OLAJUWON. And we have a foul called on HAKEEM OLAJUWON, and DJ will take the ball off on the sideline. You'll take a look at it again as McRae goes all the way and then just rolls it right past the rim.
Boy, that won't happen again in that kid's career, I'll tell you. He finishes the play and fills those lanes about as effectively as any small forward in the league. For him to get in there that close and miss it is very bizarre.
Robert Parrish ties the game at 2, going over OLAJUWON. Robert has had some very good games against HAKEEM OLAJUWON over the years. Celtics and Rockets are tied at 2. We have played just 1 minute here at the Summit in Houston. Peterson and now Sleepy Floyd for Houston. From a great start, Georgetown short for the jump shot. Bird getting it out quickly to McHale. The Celtics are 4 on 3. Dennis Johnson with a pull-up, and the Celtics lead 4-2.
Nice job by DJ directing traffic there by signaling to the left lane for Kevin to fill it. It took the defense off him, and he just stopped it a little hot.
McHale the rebound, and another foul after the rebound as McHale gets scraped across the head by Sleepy Floyd. Now the Rockets have committed 2 team fouls, both of them identical. When the Celtics got a rebound off the defensive board, one of the Rockets whacked the Celtic in the head. Robert Parrish, by the way, is walking very slowly as he comes back up court. I don't know if he's pulled up a little bit lame or not. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Dennis Johnson looking for McHale. Peterson very, very physical against Kevin McHale. Kevin wheels on him. He's going to be called for traveling again, and he did.
That's unusual.
It's 2 in a row.
Kevin has those moves down.
Watch out, Coos. The ball came flying over here.
We'll take care of you, old timer. Not to worry.
You weren't looking, big guy.
Yeah,
I know you have great peripheral
vision. Side vision that Louis Schumann told me about. Is in full operation.
Lovell ties the game at 4. Alan Lovell, as we told you, is having a great season. And this is 9th NBA year. It's 4-4. McHale this time just wheels right in and racks it home.
Kevin was determined on that one after the 2 walking violations.
Lovell pushing it back for Houston. 6-4 Celtics lead. They find OLAJUWON low. Comes back out to McRae, and now Floyd and Peterson. They'll usually give Peterson the outside shot, and that's why.
See, there's no point in swinging the ball over to the weak side forward if the weak side forward happens to be Peterson, a non-shooter from outside. Floyd gave it up as the weak side guard. He's a good shooter. He gave it to Peterson. That's weird. Made an extra pass and then gave it to a weaker shooter. This is not the smartest ball team in the league, by the way.
McRae will shoot 2 from the free throw line as he was fouled by Dennis Johnson. Of course, by that, because I know you don't mean SAT scores. You're talking basketball smarts.
Yeah, well, instinctively, intellectually, or any other way, this is not. That's why, as I said, they've been searching for a point guard for so long, unsuccessfully. You know, they gave up their first-round draft pick last year to get McHale from the Clippers, and that might have hurt him because HAKEEM with a nice offensive rebound off the miss. He's averaging 21 this first 2. They might have hurt themselves. They could have had Tyrone Bogues. In my opinion, Bogues could have made this team go.
There's a 20-second timeout taken by the Celtics. You're watching the Boston Celtics television network.
3 weeks ahead.
It's granted by the Boston Celtics solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and WLVI-TV is prohibited. 9:15 left to play in the opening quarter with the Celtics trailing 7-6 on HAKEEM OLAJUWON's basket off the missed free throw. That's one area where, OLAJUWON is a great player, no question about that. But one of the areas where he is especially good and effective is off the offensive rebound.
He's as quick and probably in terms of foot speed as fast a big man as we've had in the league. Perhaps successful, really. He has that kind of instinctive cat-like moves to the ball or to the penetrators. We talked about their shot blocking as a team. It's really HAKEEM. He's the second best in the league at blocking shots. So he'll go after all the penetrators. Nice, talking about penetrators, nice job by Danny Ainge kicking off to Robert. That's his second hoop.
Celtics lead 8-7 here, 8:50 to go, first quarter. Sleepy Floyd for Houston with Ainge on him. Parrish trying to keep OLAJUWON out. They get the ball to OLAJUWON outside, and he hits the face-up jump shot. OLAJUWON credits a lot of his quickness to the fact that he grew up playing soccer in his homeland in Nigeria, and thinks that contributes a lot to his foot speed and quickness. McHale will turn around over Peterson. Celtics seem to have whatever shot they want to take right now, Coos.
Yeah, they're going inside early, which is always a good sign. Once you establish your inside game, everything else will flow more effectively from there. Danny stops at the three-point lane, knocks it home.
Got the outlet quickly from Parrish and just looked down to see where he was. Figured he was in his hometown right there in that three-point area, so he blasted away. And for Danny Ainge, that is his 83rd three-point basket of the season. Floyd from outside misses. Bird the rebound. Contrast, Houston has 40 three-point baskets as a team. Celtics are 4 on 2 here. But they let the defense catch up.
Yeah, it doesn't develop quickly enough.
Bird
from three.
Parrish, the offensive bound, puts it in.
That's what the Celtics have got to do more of.
15-9 for the Celtics. They're 7 of 9 in the quarter. And that, right now, is a quick 8-point run by the Celtics. Timeout taken by the Houston Rockets. That is a 22nd timeout. And now it's going to be a full timeout. So we have 7.5 minutes left to play in the first quarter at the Summit in Houston, where the Celtics have jumped out to a 15-9 lead.
From the Information Center, here's Nick.
New boyfriend on the facts of life, and get the facts on how you can win a trip to Hollywood from WLVI-TV. First quarter stats so far, the Celtics are 7 of 9 from the floor for that 78%. Houston is 3 of 9 for their 33. The Celtics in the last minute have put together a 7-0 run. Ainge started the barrage with a three-point hoop.
Two things here. One, the Celtics are picking up the tempo. They're pushing the ball down floor, looking for the transition game. And secondly, that offensive rebound by Robert Parrish. Here's the...
nice.
Yeah, the player release. HAKEEM takes it from outside. That triggers Robert's release down floor. Celtics with the long pass. If that shot missed, they get 2 or 3 easy hoops a game that way.
Parrish is 4 for 4 in the game right now. Celtics defensively were all over OLAJUWON that time, but the basket goes anyway. And now we have Robert Parrish hitting the deck at the other end. And Robert appears to be in pain, and the Celtics have called a timeout. 6:58 left to play. First quarter, Celtics lead 17-11. When we come back, we'll find out what the story is with the Chiefs. Right in the mouth.
Watch this. Mike Tyson will be proud of that one. Ooh, that's smart. Robert turns away and literally goes down. He was stunned momentarily.
But he's okay now and back in the game. And the Celtics lead 17-11. The Celtics have really been taking care of business on the offensive end. By that time they throw it away. As McRae pushes it back up for Houston, goes coast to coast and lays it in.
That's what he does extremely well, as we told you, Ralio. We're talking about Robert Parrish's offensive rebound. That's something else that the Celtics have to exploit. When you get a shot blocker like HAKEEM that goes after every penetrator, Robert's got to stay on that offensive board longer because it's going to produce results.
That time the Celtics offense broke down a tad, 17-13. This is Purvis Short who just checked in. And he is a scorer. Short averaging almost 14 points a game off the bench. He came in replacing Allen Lovell. So the Rockets have a 6'7" shooting guard out there to go with Floyd. And Houston has come back to within 2 of the Celtics at 17-15. Parrish for the Celtics. Now Bird, who has yet to score tonight. Now he has. I always count on Larry to usually hit a quieting basket.
Bird can have that shot off the strong side pick anytime he wants. He doesn't settle for it too often. HAKEEM, Casey may have a decision to make on HAKEEM. 8 points. You know, it's a question whether you want to trap down on HAKEEM and, you know, say to the other guys, hey, you beat me, or to play HAKEEM one-on-one. So far, we've been playing one-on-one, and that hasn't worked very well.
Celtics lead 21-17 on the McHale hoop off of Bird's blind pass. Now it comes low to McRae. He dumps it off, and the Rockets lose it out of bounds. McRae obviously does not have an awful lot of confidence in his ability offensively at that end because he had a clear shot and turned it down.
Yeah, he's averaging 12 a game, but believe it or not, for a kid with his talent, he should be averaging more if he's getting significant minutes, which he is.
McHale a face-up jumper for 2. And the Celtics push the lead back to 6, 23-17. Kevin and Robert Parrish, each with 4 baskets here in the early going. 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Celtics getting good inside production from both the big guys.
Celtics are 4 on 4. Ainge pulls up. Wham! Oh, the Celtics are smoking. They're 12 of 16 here in the quarter for a tidy 75% from the floor.
One of the weaknesses on this club, I think, is a lack of good team defense. They have some players who can play it individually, but they just don't respond well as a team. There's a good move by McRae. Just powered it up there.
25-19, 4.5 minutes to go first quarter. Joe Barry Carroll getting set to check in for Houston. Ainge flashing through. Into trouble, falls out of the lane. 3 seconds on the Celtics as McHale was caught in there. The 4th Boston turnover. Now Carroll is in for Houston, and Peterson comes out. So that gives them a front line of OLAJUWON, McRae, and Joe Barry Carroll. A couple of 7-footers.
Not a bad matchup, however, with McHale and Parrish in there. Kevin should be a pretty difficult matchup for Joe Barry Carroll.
The foul on Robert Parrish, fouling HAKEEM OLAJUWON, and that'll put the 7-footer at the free throw line. There's KC. OLAJUWON now in his 4th year in the NBA. All-star starting center for the West. Averaging 21 points a game, 11 rebounds, has 125 blocked shots. Drops in his first free throw. If he has a weakness, it is that he is not the world's greatest foul shooter. You can tell by that percentage. However, he's a 100% shooter on this trip to the line, and Houston is back to within 4 points at 25-21, just under 4 minutes to go in the quarter.
Now, he shot him awfully well in the All-Star game, too, HAKEEM, the free throw line.
Celtics, no one under there for any rebound that time, and here comes McRae with those big strides off from Floyd. McRae again dumps the ball off. It's batted out of bounds off the Celtics. It'll be Houston ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Pretty good support defense that time. Celtics big guys close up the paint on Floyd. Effectively got a hand on it. That's what you got to do with him, because he penetrates well. Doesn't shoot it well from outside. He'll get it for the basket.
Purvis short, careens into the foul on Dennis Johnson, and that'll put Short at the free throw line for Houston. The Celtics' 4th team foul.
It is. Houston seems to be taking it to the basket much more with this lineup. We've seen Floyd go in, we've seen Short go in, and of course McRae, who does it with any lineup you've got in there effectively. So this is not a terribly good outside shooting team. And so the Celtics have got to expect these guys to try to take it to the basket off their half-court offense, you know, more than stand there and pop. That's why, as we were saying earlier, I think they can probably drop down a little quicker and more often on HAKEEM and give Robert some help in trapping the big guy.
Short hits the 2nd free throw. Houston has now hit 35 of its last 37 free throw attempts in this last couple of games that they've played. Dennis Johnson misses the outside jumper. They've got a 2-point game, and the Rockets look to tie it up. Floyd, way off target. McHale the rebound, gets it out to Parrish, and Robert is called for traveling with the ball.
That's why you don't want to pass it to any big guy, but especially a center. Center has no idea that ball's coming to him, doesn't expect it, isn't equipped to handle it, even if he catches it. So outletters, don't give it to your big guy. Just send him down floor quickly. Give it to a small forward or a guard.
Sleepy Floyd now short. Outside jumper is short with it. Carroll could not handle the rebound. Larry Bird did. Larry now with 4 rebounds here in the opening quarter. DJ kicking it out to Ainge. Now Bird. Open. Misses the shot. And OLAJUWON has the rebound. This is Rodney McRae. Cross court, he throws it into the nickel seat.
Yeah, he threw it away from the basket, strangely enough. I'll tell you, when you're attacking a basket, make sure your passes are penetrating passes. You know, don't throw it back towards your own hoop at any time, really, in this game, unless you're forced to. But certainly on the transition game, don't throw it behind. Throw it on the basket side.
2.5 minutes left to play first quarter. Celtics lead by 2. Parrish has OLAJUWON on him. Now Bird. Up fakes McRae, trying to play pick and rolls. Got Parrish on the baseline. He draws the smaller man, McRae, but misses the shot. Celtics not getting any second shots the last few minutes. McRae, other end. No. Rebound, McHale. Rockets aren't getting that many second shots either. Bird pushing it down. They are 1 on 4. Now Parrish wheels, lays it in. No, they're going to call him for an offensive foul.
Well, it happened quickly. That's the spin move that Roberts gets called. Let's see. It has. Oh no, not. See, he didn't hook him.
No.
He kind of just laid it down there. He didn't really gain an advantage. By the time he put the elbow behind him in, he was already by him. I don't think that was a good call.
It negates the Celtics basket. OLAJUWON on the miss. That's goaltending. Bird got a hand on it, and the ball was still on the rim. And the Rockets have tied it at 25-25.
12 points for HAKEEM now. He's averaging 21, so the Celtics have got to make an adjustment defensively. They've got to slow the big guy down.
Rockets have come back from an early 6-point deficit to tie the game at 25 apiece. The Celtics' last few trips down court have not been especially productive. DJ posting up, swatted away by Carroll, kept in play by the Rockets. The ball is smacked around. They're going to get a foul against the Celtics on Ainge.
Well, pretty good help defense there, I'll tell you. That's, you know, coming in. The Celtics players have got to know that HAKEEM's going to go after every penetrator. DJ looks like he's got it in there, but even at that point, he's got to be prepared. Nice save by Short. Got to be prepared to pull it back and lay it down to Robert. Robert's going to be constantly free.
Floyd
Barry
shoots
shoot me on that block.
One more free throw coming for Sleepy Floyd. Mark Akers will come in for the Celtics with 1:38 to play in the quarter, and he comes in for Kevin McHale. Kevin has been quiet over the last couple of minutes. Both free throws missed by Sleepy Floyd, who's normally an 86% foul shooter. All right, so we're even again, still even rather, at the 26-25. What the scoreboard is showing, the Rockets by 1. OLAJUWON, the rebound, outlet goes right to the hands of Ainge, to Akers, to Robert Parrish, and he can't handle it, but Bird is there.
Good job by Akers, by the way, on the fake and the drop-down pass. Robert wasn't expecting it, but Bird finally knocked it home for his second hoop.
Now they straighten out the scoreboard, and it is only 25 points in the game for the Rockets, so the Celtics lead 27-25. However, we have a foul called on whom? It's on the Celtics. It'll put the Rockets at the line. What do we got here?
I don't think it's I thought it was a violation.
It's a violation against the Celtics. Minifield will now come in for the Celtics.
Oh, it might have been a kick.
They had the scoreboard had shown Houston had 26-25 a moment ago, and I didn't think that was right, but now they've straightened it out. Celtics lead 27-25. Cedric Maxwell with the ball in for the Rockets. Max's first appearance of the game sets a pick for Short, who dumps it off right to the hands of Bird, to Danny Ainge ahead of the pack, and he lays it up. And no, rebound. Akers can't tip it in. Foul on Akers.
Danny got a little cute on that layup. He brought it into the middle in front of Short. Watch this. Probably looking for the foul. He figured he'd see. He looks over his shoulder. Guy makes a nice play. Evidently just tipped it. I don't think Danny missed it. Akers gets it below the hoop, but just wasn't able to get it down inside.
So the Celtics over the last few minutes, after opening the quarter very sharp offensively, over the last few minutes have not played nearly as well. McRae will shoot 2. As the ebb and flow, the game has shown the Celtics off to a fast start. Houston coming on strong here in this the latter stages of the first quarter, and now they're within a point of tying it up. 47 seconds left in the quarter. One more free throw for Rodney McRae, 81% at the line. Bangs them both down. So it is 27-27. Dirk Minifield for the Celtics. Out there with Parrish, Ames, Bird, and Akers. Celtics with 14 on the shot clock. Ames blows right by Purvis short and lays it in.
Made sure of that one. Danny wanted to make up for that last long layup and did a good job getting it in there.
29-27, 28 seconds left in the quarter. Lovell outside. No. Rebound, Cedric Maxwell.
Level of street shooter from the outside. He can run 4 or 5 in a row on you, but he can also miss that and more.
Now the Rockets now with 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter can have the ball for the rest of the quarter if they so choose, and Lovell is playing the time down. See it in your upper right-hand corner. Short is fouled by Dirk Minifield, and Purvis Short will go to the line with 4 seconds left here in the first quarter.
That's his first personal foul.
Intensity level certainly there for the Celtics in this one.
Both teams working at it tonight. We're going to have a good one.
Short shoots a couple. They got him prior to the start of the season. He's averaged 14 points a game off the bench for them, and he's a shooter. 10th-year player from Jackson State, and he's an 88% foul shooter. Had a lot of great years with the Golden State Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you, the future will tell what these teams have done to themselves, whether they've decimated themselves or whether they've both helped themselves in the transition of bodies here with Short, Floyd, and Carroll coming over from Golden State, and of course Ralph Sampson and Harris.
Joe Barry Carroll. And Minifield shot falls short. Carroll's hoop at the end of the first quarter gives Houston a 1-point lead. After a quarter of play at the Summit in Houston, it is the Rockets with a very deep bench, I tell you, leading the Celtics by 1, 30-29. Houston 10 of 24, 42%, but the Celtics 50% is misleading. They started at 12 out of 16 over the first portion of the first quarter. They finished at 2 of 12, Kuz.
Yeah, they went inside early and were effective with it. McHale and Parrish doing a lot of damage. They drifted away from that offensive strategy, and that affected their shooting percentage. Both teams, I thought, had a good outing, though, in the first quarter. They both worked at it.
Here's the Joe Barry Carroll rebound of Purvis Short's missed free throw that gives the Rockets the lead after 1 quarter. Well, he traveled with it. That's nice, and he put his shoulder down. Then he hit the 2.
You know, that offensive rebounding by the opponent continues to hurt us. It's a constant thorn in our side. We just have to toughen up on that defensive board. You know, you shouldn't give more than well, you should be averaging over 70% on that defensive board, especially with the kind of strength that we've got. We simply give too many second opportunities away.
The Celtics start the second quarter with Minifield, Johnson, Akers, Bird, and McHale. The Rockets started with Lovell right there. McRae outside, no. Rebound right to the hands of Bird. The Rockets started with Lovell, Short, McRae, Joe Barry Carroll, and Cedric Maxwell.
The team's out of there now, but he had 12 in the first quarter. We told you that's a little above what we want to give to a player, even of his caliber. We're just going to have to start trapping down inside. Bird with a good penetration picks up the foul.
Now he'll be at the line to shoot 2. The Rockets can come at you, Kuz, though, with really a very strong veteran bench when you look at it, and you look at this Bird driving it.
There it is. McRae playing Bird tight. It gives him the advantage in getting by him. McRae and Robert Reed, who hasn't been playing very much since coming off a foot injury, a knee injury rather, normally make Bird work for his points here. He's effective, but, you know, he has to work at it. Plus, he claims he doesn't like to shoot in this building, which, you know, I don't know. We see that happen in Milwaukee. We see it happen at Golden State and here. I think those are the 3 arenas that Bird just has a little apprehension about.
Those were the first 2 free throws of the game for the Celtics. The Rockets, contrasting, took 14 in the first quarter alone.
Well, we've been going inside, but we haven't been taking it to the basket that often.
There's Carroll missing a little jump hook, and Bird with another rebound. Larry now with 7 rebounds in the ballgame. Celtics lead by 1, 31-30 on Bird's 2 free throws. Now McHale sets up low on Carroll. Oh, look at that. Misses the easy shot, however. Rebound by Joe Barry Carroll. Did it all but put it through. McRae foul by Dirk Minifield.
I'll tell you, in the open floor, that young man, as we told you earlier, takes it to the basket about as effectively and finishes it off in such a strong way. You've got to try to stop him, you know, before he gets up that head of steam.
Yeah, because once he's rolling, it's like a truck downhill.
Well, let me tell you, however, that is much more, you know, much more easily said than it is accomplished in out there on the floor.
He's averaging 12 points a ball game and now has 10 tonight. And Houston, with a three-point play by McRae, leads at 33-31. Minifield for the Celtics was with Houston last season. They're trying to go on level. Now Bird got Maxwell on him. Larry over Cedric for two, and he said something to him as they go back up court, and Cedric smiles at him. 33 apiece. With 10 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the second quarter here at the Summit. Tomorrow night, 8:30 New England time against the Spurs in San Antonio. Maxwell blows the layup, blows the tip in. Bird gets the rebound. Kicks it off to Dirk Minifield. Back to Larry. They're 3-on-2. Finishes it off with a beautiful left-handed hook.
Nice job. They timed that passing. You normally don't want to pass back and forth like that over half court. It just increases the margin of error. But that time it was the thing to do because Bird wanted to finish with the play. So Minifield had to have a good hand steal.
Here they come again. This time 3-on-3. Minifield doesn't get it. Ball out of bounds off Houston. It'll be Celtics ball.
Yeah, that play required the pass back again back to Bird. Minifield drew the defense. He should have laid it back down to the middle.
Here it is. That's the last one where Larry got the left-handed spinner.
See, Larry wanted to end up with the ball. That's why he gave the guard the ball about the foul line extended. He knew he was going to get it back. Problem is, the same play should have occurred the next time down. That's called for the pass back.
Robertson replacing Bird. Pass inbounds to McHale. He dumps it back outside the Minifield. Dirk penetrating off to McHale. Doesn't get the hoop, however.
McHale really having problems all of a sudden.
OLAJUWON is back in for Houston with this man, number 1, Buck Johnson, their first-round draft choice of a year ago. Pitch is throwing all of his troops at the Celtics. And he's got a lot of veteran people on that bench that he can bring in, like that guy Carroll for the hook shot for two. He's got Maxwell. He's got Joe Barry Carroll. Purvis short. Robert Reed will be free.
Good move by Joe Barry there. Too far from the basket for that shot, but he's got such a nice shooting touch that he's under control all the way. DJ
lost the ball.
Is it?
Lovell will put it in to put the Rockets ahead.
Lovell's got quick hands. Got to be aware of that. You're going to try to penetrate it anywhere close to him.
37-35 Houston. Back outside, they give Minifield a shot, and he buries it. Dirk has been doing that consistently. And that inside-outside offense, when they get it back to him and the other team will give him the open shot, Dirk has been knocking it down. Tied at 37, 8.5 minutes to go in the first half.
That's basically what the Celtics want from Dirk. The good, tight defense on the point guard, the deny effort defensively, which he's done well, and then hit the shot when they give it to him.
OLAJUWON, the offensive rebound, getting it back out to Purvis short, and he buries it. Houston leads 39-37. And Fitch has got a lot of troops on that bench that he can put in, and they've, for this ball game so far, been effective off the bench. Robert Parrish getting set to come back in for the Celtics. Minifield looking for McHale. Kevin has had his problems once he's gotten the ball down low. DJ powers in, doesn't get it. OLAJUWON the rebound. Outletting to Lovell. And now Buck Johnson. Battle for the rebound. Offensive foul is called on Johnson.
Johnson's a leaper. First-round draft choice last year. High hopes, never materialized. He almost looks like a small guard out there.
He's so small.
Supposed to be 6'7".
He's only 190 pounds.
Yeah, they wanted him to do some rebounding. It's never happened so far, although he does have good speed and quickness, which he demonstrated there.
Parrish back in replacing Akers for the Celtics. It's Minifield, Johnson, Roberts, McHale, and Parrish. Rockets lead by 2, 7.5 minutes left first half. DJ finds McHale low. Kevin the jump hook over Carroll for 2. When Joe Barry Carroll was drafted number 1 in the NBA by Golden State, that was with the pick that the Celtics had that they traded over there for Robert Parrish and the number 3 pick, which turned out to be McHale, and which turned out to be one of the great steals of all time.
I think they've ever regretted that move.
I should say. Johnson on the miss, but OLAJUWON swoops in for the rebound, and he is fouled.
Again, just complete carelessness on the part of the Celtics. Robert Parrish didn't have any idea where HAKEEM was. Just waiting, watching the ball. He didn't respond to the basket. HAKEEM OLAJUWON did with that speed and quickness we were telling you about. And just catches the Celtics basically standing around under the board.
And the foul is on Robert Parrish, his third of the game, and so Mark Akers is off the bench again to come in for the Celtics. McHale is low on the pass from Roberts, and he is fouled by Joe Barry Carroll. That'll put McHale at the line. I'll tell you what, the Celtics have really been pumping the ball inside, but have not been getting their share of the free throws. It is 16-2 in free throw attempts in favor of the Rockets so far. Timeout on the floor. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half, with Houston leading by 3. And is going with the Artis Gilmore at center now, replacing Robert Parrish, who's sitting down with 3 personal fouls. Celtics will have McHale at the line to shoot 2. And other changes that Casey has made, puts a 5 out there of Ainge and Johnson at the guards, McHale and Bird at the forwards, and that man, Artis Gilmore, at center. Look at that free throw differential so far here in the first half. Houston with 14 more attempts at the line than the Celtics. What's the reason for that, Goose?
We've been pulling up and taking the jump shot. We've gone inside early in the game, as we told you, but even our big guys have been settling for the fall-away jumper rather than taking it into the pressure to create the contact. The one time Robert tried to spin off, he told you he got called and tried to take it in.
McHale gets the 2 free throws, and so it's a 42-41 ball game. Kevin, the top scorer for the Celtics now with 12 points. Lovell out there with Short, Johnson, Peterson, and OLAJUWON. Here's HAKEEM. A couple of spin fakes. Misses the shot. Johnson the offensive rebound.
And again, the Celtics standing around under their defensive board, just not responding to the rebounded shot.
Now, Houston is not a great shooting team, but you can't give any team that many shot opportunities. OLAJUWON off the second shot opportunity, puts it home, and he's fouled.
They're just much more alert and active, Houston is, than the Celtics at the moment.
Here's Peterson.
Peterson gets the big guys up off their feet, lays it down very adroitly to HAKEEM, who shifted into that open area. Good job.
17 points in the game now for HAKEEM OLAJUWON. 18 points in the game for him. The Rockets have their biggest lead, 4 points. It is a 45-41 ball game with 6:20 to play first half. DJ looking for some help. Finds Bird off the pick. Larry takes it into the muscle. Does not hit the shot. Rebound by a whole bunch of folks. We'll have a jump ball as Peterson and Artis Gilmore go to the deck.
Well, good strong move by Bird. He created a little contact there, but nothing was called either way. That could have gone either way, believe me. That could have been a charge as easily as a block, but nothing was called.
The tap is controlled by Houston. And Purvis Short comes down for the Rockets. Short dumping it in low to OLAJUWON. Got Gilmore on him. Lovell. And now Buck Johnson baseline. Overshoots his mark. Ball loose. Rockets get it back. OLAJUWON. Fall away. Celtics going to give them all kinds of shots at it. They finally put it in. Houston is just killing them on the board. Killing them.
There's no point in repeating the obvious. Celtics are just tired or have fallen completely asleep under their defensive board.
Well, that's 3 times in a row that Houston has missed a shot, gotten the offensive rebound, and put it back in. Timeout. 5:42 left. First half. Rockets by 6.
Team for the game. That's 1 over his average. We're not into the second half yet.
Peterson posting up low, loses the ball, and Bird got a piece of it. Johnson is fouled by Mark Akers. And that'll bring for Akers his second personal foul. That'll put Buck Johnson at the free throw line. The second-year player is 66% free throw shooter. McRae getting set to check in for the Rockets, but it's going to be for Johnson, so he can't come in yet. Buck's first free throw, and it's 58-51. Houston by 7. Their biggest lead has been 10. The Celtics' biggest lead has been 6. Houston a much more efficient second quarter.
Yeah, Houston has worked at it throughout the game in terms of effort, but it hasn't been exactly an artistic success. It's the kind of half that you're unhappy to be behind because you know you should have been ahead. Again, Poor pass by DJ.
Peterson rams it, and it goes in. Almost came back out. Celtics are down by 10 again, 61-51. 2 minutes to go in the half.
When you're passing inside to your big guys, you've got to give them enough time to establish the solid position. Bird with a spectacular move.
Larry cuts it back down to 8. The crowd boos. Watch this.
Actually, pretty good defense there by Johnson. He gets back in position, but by then Bird has used it body so effectively that he has created still a difficult shot, but not for Larry Bird.
Larry with 16 points. He and McHale each have 16. OLAJUWON leads the game with 18. 3-point play for Larry Bird. Celtics are down by 7. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half. McRae over midcourt for Houston. He's out there with, they just replaced Johnson. OLAJUWON baseline. Rebound McHale. Loose ball foul against Houston. They're over the limit. And that'll put McHale at the free throw line. Foul is on Jim Peterson. Kevin will go to the line. Joe Barry Carroll now checking back in for the Rockets. And he will replace Peterson, who is drawing with Tommy Nunez.
He's drawing because he knows Bill Fitch is upset with that foul. Coaches like to see their big guys attack that offensive board. So that was kind of an unnecessary foul. And again, with Houston finally over the limit in the foul situation, it simply sends Kevin to the line and for 2. So I think Houston is going to be seeing that play repeatedly on video tomorrow in practice, along with the short alley-oop pass. That will be rerun a few times, let me tell you.
5-point ball game right now, 61-56. Level goes all the way, dumps it off, and it's out of bounds off the Celtics. It'll be Rockets ball. Carroll was not ready for the pass, and it just tipped off the fingers of Dennis Johnson. There's your time remaining in the first half. Houston with 16 on the shot clock as they inbounds to Allen Lovell. Now Carroll spins into the lane with a left-hand hook.
I'll tell you what, that's a good move. One of the basics is don't put your back to the basket, you know, when you get within penetrating area, 15 or 16 feet. Especially when you're a big guy. He did all of those negative things and still made a nice shot out of it.
Bird a spectacular shot. Bird hits the deck, and he is injured. Well, not injured, but he's hurting. Getting up very slowly. At the other end, they dump it off to OLAJUWON, who lays it in. Larry is up okay, but he really was stunned when he hit the floor. The thing that amazes me is that he went through all of that, got banged, and had no foul call. DJ takes it in. No. Ball smacked around, out of bounds off the Celtics. Been a physical first half, and the Celtics have not gotten the better of it, I'll tell you that, in terms of either calls or just the physical battering that they've been taking. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Houston leading by 7, 65-58. OLAJUWON has 20 points in the first half. Carroll's fadeaway. Rebound, Danny Ainge pushes it out for the Celtics. Danny comes all the way through, dumps it in.
Good job of patience that time by Danny, waiting for the play to develop, continuing to penetrate, putting more and more pressure on the defense until he finally was under the basket. The defense still had not committed itself.
17 seconds to play in the first half. The Rockets can play it down for the final shot if they so choose, and apparently are doing just that as you look at Lovell.
This is the time to play down for the final shot, by the way, when you're ahead.
And McRae can't handle it. We're going to get a foul on the Celtics with 2 seconds left in the half. Foul is on Larry Bird. It'll be Larry's second personal. There's KC. 2 free throws coming for Rodney McRae. All things considered, though, Coos, the way Houston has played in the second quarter, the way the Celtics have played in the second quarter, I think the Celtics, if McRae hits these 2 shots, would not be in all that bad a shape to go out of here at the half down by only 7.
No, if they come out and rectify some of those things in the second half, if they play the same way, especially under that defensive ball, they're going to get smoked. And with the careless passing, why, unfortunately, they're putting forth a pretty good effort tonight, but in spurts, they're not, they're doing it in some areas, but not in others.
Bird to inbound. Gets it into Danny Ainge. Danny fires up the three-quarter court. Won't go. At the end of the first half, it is the Houston Rockets leading by 7 points, 67-60. The reason they do is you look at the statistics here. Houston has taken more shots than the Celtics. The free throw statistic is misleading in a bit. Celtics are 100%, yes, but they're 9 of 9. Houston's 81% is 17 of 21. So they have taken 12 more free throw attempts and hit 8 more of those. Rebounding per... Gil Santos and Bob Cousy back here at the Summit in Houston, Texas, where the Celtics trail by 7 at the half. They're your top scorers in the first half. Larry has 9 rebounds to go with those 19 points. And let's see how he's doing in assists. He's got only 1 assist in the night. McHale has 8 rebounds to go with his 18 points. OLAJUWON with 20 points and 9 rebounds is the top Rocket in the game. To start the third quarter, Ainge, Johnson, Parrish, McHale, and Bird for the Celtics. Lovell, Floyd, OLAJUWON, Peterson, and McRae for the Rockets. Floyd, sleepy, did very little in the first half for Houston. As a matter of fact, he didn't play all that much. McRae outside, air ball into the hands of McHale. To Dennis Johnson, and the Celtics push it down. DJ had a very quiet first half with only 4 points on 1 for 6 shooting.
Yeah, and he threw that ball away 3 times.
McHale low, jump hook over OLAJUWON. Kevin had some trouble getting it out of the starting blocks in the beginning of the game as he traveled the first couple of times he had it. And has had a few problems finishing off down low, but starting to get better at it late in the first half. Is there an adjustment, Coos, after the All-Star break for the players as a team? Floyd outside, no. Rebound right to Peterson. Dumps it off to McRae, and he lays it in. There's the offensive rebounding again.
Continuation of... they're just beating us to the ball. You know, we're not alert. We're standing there instead of being in a ready position, prepared to respond to wherever the rebound may go. We're standing upright. By the time we decide to go into it, a Houston player generally is usually flashed in and has got it and doing something.
Ainge starts to drive, and he's going to be called. Offensive foul, Danny Ainge.
Yeah, normally the players coming out of the All-Star game will have, especially ones that, you know, haven't really performed that effectively, will come out and have a good one coming out of the box.
You mean haven't performed that well in the All-Star game?
Exactly, yeah. Or if they haven't played that much, you know, it's kind of a renewal for them.
Parrish gets it. Quick hands by Ainge. Tipped the entry pass to OLAJUWON. DJ back for the Celtics. They're down 7. Bird goes by McRae. Reverse layup. Doesn't get it, but he did get fouled. And Larry will go to the line.
Bird and DJ are the only ones that have been taking it inside. That's what we were saying. You know, this is the way you put yourself and your team to the line. That could have been called an offense, by the way. Did you notice Bird put that left hand out there?
Larry to shoot 2. Second leading free throw shooter in the NBA at 91.3%. And he's 4 for 4 on this night. 1 more free throw coming for Larry as he hits the 20-point line. Bird, of course, the winner of the 3-point shot competition. I was talking to him before the game about the last shot. He said, as soon as you let it go, you put your finger in the air. Number 1, he said, I knew it was history as soon as I let it go. Peterson, now McRae.
You can tell also, it's like a putt-and golf for him. Leaves the putter. Yeah,
level on the drive. Yeah, when those putts in golf, boy, when they leave the old putter, boy, I know.
You know they're going to get up in the air, right?
I know that devil's
you know it's a home run.
Great
Again,
play by OLAJUWON, and a re-steal by Ainge. Takes it strong. Reverse, no, but he was fouled by Lovell. OLAJUWON showed his quickness, and Danny Ainge turned around and showed his.
Good job by Danny. We needed that one. Casey Jones looking on rather apprehensively. Danny decides to go himself. He probably could have dropped it down, although I don't know if he had enough time because HAKEEM was getting back into the play. HAKEEM is so quick, you know, that you really have a decision to make whenever you're taking it to the basket as to where he is and how quickly he can get over to you.
Ainge gets the second of the 2 free throws. The one he missed was the first Celtics missed free throw of the game. They're now 12 out of 13, and they're down by 6, 71-65. Sleepy Floyd takes it all the way. Hits the bottom of the iron with it. Back comes DJ. The Celtics are 2 on 3. Off to Ainge. Nice play.
Good job, Danny tucked it in. Nice play by DJ. And getting it from the top of the circle here over to the top of the circle on the offensive end. Nice job by the two guys.
Rockets call a timeout. Celtics chop it down to 4 with 9.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter in this Danny Ainge layup. Will be held to benefit the Easter Seal Society on Saturday evening, March 12th at the World Trade Center in Boston. The evening for Kevin includes a cocktail reception, dinner, raffle, and auction. For reservations and ticket information, call the Massachusetts Easter Seals, 617-482-3370. All right, now, we have 9:30 left to play in the third quarter. Celtics have cut the Houston lead to 7. Sleepy Floyd, who has yet to score tonight for the Rockets, up on top. Now level.
He's the second best scorer for Houston, averaging 18 a game.
Peterson, offensive foul. And for Jim Peterson, that is, I believe, his third personal foul. Or is it his second? Oh, that's his second.
Yeah, it's his second. But he hasn't been very productive. The word coming in here, as we told you, is that he hadn't really gotten the job done as the starting power forward. He'd always been quite effective as a sub. That'll be goaltending.
Yes, sir. Good job. McHale just flashed into that open area, and Ainge got the ball to him right away.
When you're in the middle of the paint, you know that you don't have time to put it to the floor or get cute. When you're on the side, you've got, you know, a little more time to be creative. But when you're smack in the middle, you better get rid of it quickly and hope it's coming up there good.
71-69, Houston. Rebound by Olajuwon. Tipped in the air. DJ with it. Celtics are 3 on 4. The trailer is McHale with Bird. Larry pops from 20. Tie game.
Yes, sir.
71 all. Celtics very alert on the defensive end last couple of trips. Sleepy Floyd kicked out of bounds by Dennis Johnson. Reminder right after the game. The news at 10 will follow right after tonight's Celtics-Rockets game. Tomorrow night we'll be on the air 8:30 from San Antonio, Texas against the Spurs.
JC pretty much sticking with his starting unit tonight, by the way. The bench didn't get a whole lot of playing time in the first half. Something we touched on top. It's going to be a long look for Peterson.
Bird, jump ball.
Good job. Good alert play by Bird coming across from the weak side, tying Peterson up after that little pick and roll.
That's what I was mentioning a minute ago, Kuz. The Celtics on the defensive end have been very alert the last few trips that Houston took down the floor.
Well, I'll tell you, in terms of support defense behind the front line, the Celtics usually do it pretty well when they're working at it, you know. Set up all the pregame strategy you want. It's all predicated, you know, on two teams giving it their best effort. When you don't, nothing works as well as you hope it.
Foul called on Danny Ainge. That'll be his third personal. It'll be a possession foul. Celtics first team foul. Houston has 2. Purvis Short back in for Houston, replacing Allen Level. Short shot lights out first half, 6 of 9 from the floor. McRae. Peterson, the offensive rebound, does a couple of pirouettes. Parrish blocks it. Olajuwon rams it in.
And again, the second effort gets them in trouble. Good defensive play on the initial play by Peterson by Robert Parrish, but they'd already given up that offensive board by then.
73-71, Houston back on top. 7:40 to go, third quarter. DJ against Short, who was a forward most of his career until coming here to Houston this year. Larry has 23 points in the ball game, and he hits the shot, and he was fouled. Count the basket. 25 for Bird on the fall away. The foul is on Rodney McRae. Look at this one again.
It is. Rodney right there. Classic defensive pose. Hand up in the face. I don't know where they saw contact, but I'm sure Bird won't give it back.
Never looked at Gift, of course. Yes. Never look at his team.
Who said that? Back in 18?
I don't know. Some golfer, I think. 74-73. That's the Celtics' first lead since they led 35-33 early in the second quarter.
Sounds like something Bob Corley.
Wow. McHale hitting the deck as he got popped on the back of the head by Olajuwon going after the loose ball. It's out of bounds off the Celtics. It'll be Houston ball. Was Bob Porrick who say things like that?
He's never used a cliche in his life.
Ball away by Olajuwon. Rockets regain the lead by 1. Probably the way this game is going to go the rest of the way. 75-74, Houston by 1, 7 minutes to play third quarter. Ainge got Floyd on him. Now McHale against Peterson. Kevin over him. No. Weak side rebound, McRae. No second shot for the Celtics. They've had very few. McRae dumps it off to Short. Okay, he remains red hot. Halftime didn't cool him off at all. 77-74. Up court, Peterson steals the errant pass by DJ. Ainge re-steals at the other end. The bad pass by Short.
Hey, both DJ and Short continue to be very careless with their passing.
But a foul on Rodney McRae, and Bird will go to the line to shoot two. Here it is again.
And again, didn't really look like there was much contact there on the play.
In this game so far, as Larry hits his 27th point of the game, we have had 11 ties and 13 lead changes. Right now, Houston leads by 2. Larry misses the second free throw. Celtics are 14 of 16 at the line. It's 77-75 with 6:20 to go, third quarter. Peterson, as Short, tries to post up Dennis Johnson. Goes baseline on it. Air ball. Bird was knocked out of bounds by HAKEEM OLAJUWON.
See, that's what will happen when HAKEEM uses his quickness, propels himself to that offensive board. If you can be alert and get yourself between, and there's the air ball by Short. See, if you can just get your body in front of him, he's going to foul, you know, almost continually.
Third foul on HAKEEM OLAJUWON. It also puts the Rockets over the limit here in the third quarter. With 6 minutes to go, the Celtics have committed just one team foul. So Boston should be able to take advantage of this, Coos, and go inside and try to draw fouls, because they'll be throwing a parade to the line.
Well, let's hope so, because we have been settling for that first shot here in the third quarter, mostly outside.
Larry now at his average on the season. 28 points a game, 29 in the game for Larry Bird, and the Celtics have tied it at 77-77. Bird now with 29 points and 10 rebounds, and we've still got 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Peterson.
Celtics continue to play with good intensity. Bill Barry goes outside. That's what Bill Fitch was talking about at halftime. You know, this young man simply has more weapons and uses them more effectively than Sampson.
The rebound by McRae off the missed Parrish shot. Carroll is in, replacing OLAJUWON. I tell you, when you can take out one all-star center and replace him with another guy who last year was an all-star center. Nice behind-the-back pass. However, Short was not ready for it, and Ainge comes back.
And again, good defensive rotation by themselves. Create that layup. Unfortunately, on the other end, they have no patience whatsoever.
No.
They're playing a one-pass offense, and that doesn't exploit you know, their considerable passing talent, nor does it put any pressure on a defensive team.
Nice bounce pass from, Bird gets flushed by Peterson. Ball is out of bounds off Peterson. Fitch is going wild.
Yeah, fans feel that LB has been getting the best of the last 2 or 3 calls. Oh, yeah. Definitely went off again. Bird getting the benefit of the doubt on the call.
Parrish is out. He's replaced. Bird from outside, no. Replaced by Mark Akers.
Celtics are not going to win this game from outside. Guarantee. I don't care if they shoot 60%.
Bird the rebound off the miss by Floyd. The only reason, right now, the Celtics are down by 2, and Houston is settling for its first shot as well at the other end. Ainge goes all the way through, dumps it off to Akers, misses the shot. McHale ties it up.
Good job. Akers rushed it just a bit. Kevin was right there, alertly putting it back.
79-79, 4:45 to go, third quarter. Floyd for Houston, and now Peterson out there with Carroll, McRae, and Short. Ball lost into the hands of McHale. Celtics push it down, 3-on-3. Ainge on the wing. Celtics will reload as it comes out to McHale. Kevin straight up jumper. Again, the Celtics settling for the first shot that shows.
DJ went to the wrong wing. He had Akers in the wing for the layup. He passed him up in favor of Ainge, and it just didn't develop.
Foul is called on Mark Akers. It'll put Sleepy Floyd at the line. That is the second team foul on the Celtics in the third quarter. Floyd will go to the line looking for his first point of the night. He's averaging 18 points a ball game, and so far has yet to score tonight. Now he gets his first one to go. Point number 1 for Sleepy. Played on one of John Thompson's great Georgetown teams. Gets them both. Houston leads again by 2, 81-79. Time remaining 4:10, third quarter. DJ for the Celtics with Purvis short on him, and now Ames finds McHale low on Peterson. Wheels on him for the jump hook. Celtics not getting any second shots at all. Coast to coast, McRae.
Good job.
He does that so well.
Yeah, see, invariably, when you play a one-pass offense, in other words, you take the quick shot either outside or in, for that matter, if you don't have enough patience on your offense, it doesn't allow your people to get in good offensive rebounding position. So you're not going to create too many second opportunities when you're not patient on offense.
Bird pops in for 2.
Unless you shoot 70% or something.
Yeah. Larry's 11 of 18 in the game. He has 31 points. Celtics are down by 2. Floyd takes it to the basket. Celtics are down by 4. That time Floyd just blew right by the defense.
Yeah, he's going to heat up. He's averaging 18. He's a good basketball player, so you can't expect him to go scoreless for the entire game.
Haynes try to go on Floyd. McHale and now DJ. Around the McHale pick. A little pick and roll with McHale, but he can't hold on to the ball.
That time a good play by DJ, but McHale couldn't handle it. Floyd.
Now suddenly Sleepy Floyd is doing a job on them. He scored 6 points in a row, and the Rockets lead by 6. This is a timeout taken by the Celtics with 2:54 left in the third quarter, and Houston leads 87-81. Scoreless until the last couple of minutes, has just scored 6 in a row. There's Sleepy for the Rockets, and they lead by 6, 87-81, breaking out of an 81-all tie. A third quarter field goal shooting. The Celtics are 7 of 14, Houston 9 of 20. But again, Houston with more shots than Boston. 6 more to be exact. For the Celtics, Minifield is in replacing Ainge. Roberts is in replacing McHale. Celtics trail by 6. Minifield getting it to Dennis Johnson. And now Dirk again with 10 on the shot clock to Larry Bird. Fall away. Rebound by Joe Barry Carroll. Celtics, very few offensive rebounds and second shot opportunities in this game. Houston, a tough team on the offensive boards, has had quite a few more rebounds off the offensive end and shot opportunities.
Very important for the Celtic bench to get the job done here in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the third quarter for a lot of obvious reasons we don't have to go into.
Right now, Short is the guy that's continuing hot for Houston. 19 points in the game for Purvis and 33 in the game for number 33. Celtics back to within 6. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Celtics need a little late surge here to get this thing even after 3, or else they'll be right where they were at the half. McRae wheels in. Roberts on the inbounds to Dennis Johnson. Houston leads by 8, 91-83. Houston has used a lot of people tonight. Of course, they've got a very deep and veteran bench, and that could spell a difference in the late stages of the fourth quarter. The bench scoring in this game, 31-2. Roberts to the hole.
That's a goal.
Should be a goal.
Tommy Nunez looked at it and kind of waved it off.
Got a foul call.
Talking to him. Let's take a peek. That was almost on the rim.
Foul called on Peterson.
Good, strong penetration by...
Oh, my.
Yeah, that looked like it might have been on its way down.
Well, Roberts will be to the line to shoot 2 for the Celtics. The only Celtics bench points have come on a jump shot by Dirk Minifield. 2 free throws coming for Fred Roberts. First one goes, and so it's 91-84 with 1:29 left in the third quarter. One more for Fred, averaging 7 points a ball game on the season. He gets them both. Celtics are within 6 points. 1:28 left third quarter. Floyd up court to McRae. Clyde Peterson for Houston, now short. He's burned the Celtics for 19 tonight. McRae getting it low to Joe Barry Carroll. He's got 8 points off the bench. Carroll baseline turnaround. He has hit 5 out of 8 shots off the bench for Houston.
Well, good ball movement in their half courts at that time by Houston. 5 or 6 passes. Finally got it inside where they wanted it. That'll make a difference. It'll create a better opportunity. generally.
Now Bird getting it to Roberts, who posts up, goes up with a jump shot, doesn't get anything. We got a loose ball foul on Fred Roberts. It'll be the third team foul on the Celtics, and Houston will have the ball and an 8-point lead with 47 seconds left in the third, and a chance to increase it to double figures, which would increase what they had at the half, and would not do the Celtics any good at all. Here's McRae. Nice feed. Out the basket, and he was fouled. And that brings everybody in the joint to their feet.
Pretty good play, triggered by the Bird attempted to steal. By Bird trying to steal on McRae, that opened up the penetrating lane for McRae. He's so dangerous, defense has to adjust. The adjustment was to leave Peterson alone. McRae responds with a good pass, and of course Peterson finishes it in spectacular fashion.
And he makes it a 3-point play, and right now Houston has the Celtics on the ropes as we approach the end of the third quarter with 35 seconds left. Houston has built its lead to 11 points. It was 7 at the half. Bird. DJ, the swing of the ball to Minifield. 3-point shot. Gets it. Dirk Minifield. It's a 3-point bomb. That is his 4th 3-point basket of the season. 96-88. 20 seconds left, third quarter.
Well, Fitz shaking his head too, saying that he couldn't shoot when he was with us. That's what Jack Ramsey told us after watching him get about 12 points against them in Boston not long ago.
McRae getting it to Peterson baseline. Rebound by the Celtics. Dennis Johnson. 2 seconds left. That is the end of the third quarter, where the Celtics find themselves down by 8 after 3. They were down 7 at the half, so they've got their work cut out for them as Houston leads it 96-88 after 3 quarters. We'll have Ainge, Minifield, Parrish, McHale, and Roberts on the floor as we start the fourth quarter. It'll be Celtics ball to start the fourth quarter. Houston shot it at 13 of 25 in the third. The Celtics 9 of 19. Rockets out-rebounded them 14 to 10. The Celtics had only 4 turnovers in the quarter. Houston had 6 turnovers. There's your scoring in the game by quarters. The Celtics have been outscored in every quarter of this one, and so they're going to have to have a big finish if they want to start this far western trip with a victory against a very good basketball team.
Not going to be easy. Houston can smell it.
Ainge getting it to McHale, out of bounds off the foot of Joe Barry Carroll.
You can see Houston putting out that extra effort. Even Joe Barry is out there denying Kevin about 18 feet from the basket. You don't see him do that too often in his career.
Rockets have a starting 5 of the fourth quarter of Floyd, Short, OLAJUWON, Carroll, and McRae. Big team. Carroll and OLAJUWON, of course, are 7-footers. Ainge, 20-foot jump shot. Nearly stolen by Minifield, but picked up by McRae. Celtics trail by 8. Oh, look at that. Floyd just zipped right by.
Good job. They're not concerned at all about the Celtics inside people now. They're just bringing it right to them.
10-point lead for Houston, 11.5 minutes to go. And the Celtics are going to have to go some to match the Rockets' effort. There's a block by McRae. Celtics going to have to go some to match Houston's effort throughout this game.
Bench continues to not really be a positive force for the Celtics.
Parrish cuts it down to 8 points. Sorry, Brenda Cooley of Dexter, Maine. Thanks for entering. You win a Celtics jacket in our Miller Lite Channel 56 fourth quarter shootout.
Roberts' first 2 points since the 8 points he had in the first quarter.
Yeah, he hit his first 4 shots and then missed his next 5 before he hit that one. OLAJUWON strolls in. A rebound by McRae. Ball on the floor. And what do we have? We have a whistle and a foul on the Celtics on Fred Roberts. And that'll put Rodney McRae at the foul line. Houston's lead is 8. 98-90, 10:48 to go in the game. Bird back in for the Celtics, replacing Fred Roberts. Celtics starters have played a lot of minutes in this one. And if they've got a finishing kick left, we should have a heck of a fourth quarter finish. But Houston has been just using all kinds of troops. And as we told you several times, Bill Fitch has loaded this club up with a lot of veteran players who have been around, who have been there, who have been all-stars, who have played on good teams.
5 new faces since the start of the year. Floyd, Carroll, Short, Flea, who we haven't seen yet, and Lester Connor, who we haven't seen yet.
Minifield for the Celtics, and now Bird. They're down by 10. 10.5 minutes left in the game. Haynes penetrates, dumps it off to Bird. We have a whistle and a foul on Houston's Purvis Short.
Houston's number 10.
That'll be the
First team foul
in the Rockets here in the fourth quarter. Bird on the inbounds to Haynes. On 3. No.
Continue to bomb away from the outside, trying to get back into this one, and I'll tell you, it's not going to happen that way. You've got to go inside or produce the transition basket or the penetrating basket, not from outside.
Carroll. No. Rebound. No. Rebound Bird. Larry with 11 rebounds in the game to go with his 33 points. Minifield takes it all the way, tries to dump it off, throws it away. Houston back, 3-on-2. Sleepy dumps it off to McRae. Count the basket, and he fouled.
Good job by Scooter McRae.
Foul
Took it
Bird.
in strong again. Watch this. Floyd penetration. This young man's come alive here in the second half, both in terms of playmaking and shooting. McRae finishes it off nicely, using his body to just power Bird out of there.
A 20-second timeout taken by the Celtics. Now trail by 12 here in Houston. You're watching the Boston Celtics Television Network.
Now Red Auerbach on the...
Bruno of Narragansett, Rhode Island, our Stop and Shop Channel 56 Celtics Dream Night winner. If you'd like to enter, just fill out an official entry form at your participating Stop and Shop, or send a postcard with your name, address, and telephone number to a nearby Stop and Shop. We'll draw lucky winners like June Pruneau of Narragansett, Rhode Island, who'll receive 2 tickets to a Celtics home game, hotel for 2 including dinner, limousine service from your hotel to the Garden, and a $100 Stop and Shop gift certificate. Rodney McRae will try to make it a 13-point ball game, and he does, and that is the biggest Celtics deficit of the night. 10 minutes to go, the Celtics are down by 13, 103-90. Dennis Johnson, now Ames, they swing it to Bird, takes the jumper, it's good. Larry with 35 points. The only Celtic who really has been consistent tonight has been Bird. McHale is 24, but they've come in spurts.
Well, part of that is because they've gone into it.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. Celtics should control the ball here. No, it's out of bounds off Haynes. I think Haynes thought it had hit a Celtic, and it looked like it hit Joe Barry Carroll. But the Celtics have not gone to McHale consistently tonight inside. Well, you can see the bench has made a remarkable difference in the ball game, and we expected that. I mean, Houston has a terrific bench. Short, one of those guys off the bench, air ball that time.
Second straight air ball. Dennis tightening up the defense on him a bit, causing the air ball.
It's 103-92. Houston with an 11-point lead and 9:10 to go in the game. DJ looking for some help. Doesn't have a lot of it out there. Takes a 20-footer and gets it. It's only the second basket of the game for Dennis Johnson. That immediately brings Bill Fitch off the bench to call a timeout for Houston. Well, the Celtics are back within 9 with 9 minutes to go. Outscore them a point a minute the rest of the way. The Celtics will be in pretty good shape. Dell examines home testing kits for high blood pressure on the news at 10 on WLVI TV. In the game so far, the Celtics have hit 37 of 73 shots. Houston has hit 40 of 84. They've taken 11 more shots and have 8 more rebounds than the Celtics. Boston has also turned the ball over 3 more times than the Rockets, all of which amounts to a 9-point lead with 9 minutes to go in the game. Level back in for Houston, replacing Short. They get it to Carroll, wheels inside. Carroll has really been a thorn in the Celtics side tonight. 11-point Houston lead. 105-94.
Kevin's got to start giving those inside people, and he's guarding the same kind of deny defense that he gets when he tries to establish the position, you know. Kevin's got good shot blocking skills. DJ comes out of there limping.
I think Lovell stepped on his foot.
Yeah, he's got good defensive skills, so he assumes that he can give up the position and get the job done. It doesn't work that way.
Foul is called on Sleepy Floyd. Ainge fired away. However, it came well after the shot. Here's where DJ gets somebody.
He kicks him in the knee level, and then steps on his foot.
Bird getting the cross-court pass from DJ. Larry takes it in left-handed. 9 9-point deficit, 8:10 to go. Bird with 37 in the game.
He's done it all offensively tonight.
Lloyd looking for OLAJUWON. Parrish, good job on defense. However, it bounces right to OLAJUWON. He dumps it off to McRae. Misses the shot, and we have a foul. Loose ball foul on the Celtics, Kevin McHale. That'll be the third Celtics team foul of the quarter.
See, Celtics pretty good job of regrouping here. Well, McRae just blew the layup. Actually, good pass by HAKEEM to the weak side when he sensed the defensive pressure.
Buck Johnson into the game for Houston, replacing Rodney McRae. 7:50 to go. Houston leading by 9 points. They've led practically all the way. Celtics had a brief lead in the third quarter, but brief it was. Allen Lovell from outside. And Houston leads by 11 again. The Rockets can smell this one. They haven't beaten the Celtics here in 5 years. Bird's turnaround puts them at 39 points in the game. Celtics have got to play a little defense at this end here over the last few minutes, and they'll have a shot down the stretch. Right now they trail by 9. Carroll, baseline, blocked by McHale. It'll be Houston ball with 14 on the shot clock.
Good defensive effort by Kevin that time. He had pushed him out a little bit further from the basket, about 17 feet, and then was able to block the shot. That gives you a little bit more room to operate when you got the kind of skills that Kevin has. Yeah,
Again, he was on him right there.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to deny that entry pass, push the guy out further.
3 doesn't go.
I'm sorry.
Bad shot.
I'm sorry.
That was not a good selection.
Something's got to be said pretty soon.
Floyd dumps it back out to Lovell. His jumper. Bird the rebound. Larry now with 13 rebounds in the game. Ahead to Ainge. They're 3-on-2. Parrish lays it in.
Good job. Good entry pass. Good penetration by Ainge. And then good finish by Robert Parrish.
22nd timeout taken by the Rockets. The Celtics have chopped the Houston lead to 7. You're watching the Boston Celtics television network. At the last several minutes, here's the last hoop by the Celtics on the fast break 3-on-2. Nice job.
Nice look away pass. You notice had the defense shifted all over on the right side, left Robert free for the layup. Good job that time. That's again the kind of penetration that gets you back into a game, not outside shooting.
Well, the Celtics have cut what had been a 13-point deficit to 7, and they've done it really basically with their defense in the last few minutes. Lovell, Floyd, Johnson, Carroll, and OLAJUWON for the Rockets. The Celtics with their starting 5. OLAJUWON, that's an offensive foul. Yes.
Good job again by Danny Ainge. Stepped in there and absorbed the full brunt of that
4 on OLAJUWON.
Head down, out of control block by HAKEEM. Kind of big hoop here.
Big indeed. Celtics trail 7. DJ has it taken away on a bad pass. Ainge fouls Buck Johnson. Good play by Danny Ainge.
Oh, it sure is. It's
oh, he's going to call a 2-shot foul on it, Coos.
Going to call a breakaway?
Yep. Going to call a 2-shot foul on that. The Celtics are livid on this one. K.C. Jones and Jimmy Rogers both out at Middleton, but he's coming over to the bench. A 2-shot foul.
And again, the DJ carelessness. He's standing there flat-footed, creates the opportunity for Houston. Then he makes what looks like a smart play there. I'm not sure about that rule. I thought the breakaway foul was only on the move to the basket. I don't see how they can call a breakaway at half court.
There was not a defensive man between the man with the ball and the man heading for the basket. In other words, Johnson was out here at about quarter court, and they had another man breaking to the basket, and Ainge came up to make the foul. Had there been a defensive man between the two of them, then it probably would not have been called.
But is that the way the rule's written? Yeah. I thought the intent of the rule was to keep people from getting hurt going to the basket. You know, guys got a clear layup, and you come around behind him and push him out of bounds. You can't stop it. I mean, at half court, certainly he wasn't going to get hurt.
This is what Middleton was saying as he came over to the sideline. Johnson gets the 2 free throws, so the Celtics had hit a crucial part of the ball game where they could have cut it to 5, but they blew it by throwing the ball away, and now they trail by 9 again with 6 minutes to go. 109 to 100. Bird has had a great night. He kicks it back to Ainge at 3. Gets it. Now the Celtics are back to within 6 on Danny Ainge's three-point basket. 6 minutes to play. 109 to 103. Ainge's second three-point hoop of the night. Danny now with 15 points. Olajuwon tied up by Ainge. Should have been a jump ball, too. That should have been a jump ball. That's
little
a bad
play by Danny. Came back out of the middle and spun in. Got a hand on it. That'll be his fifth if it's on Danny. That looks like a good play.
Yeah. That also puts the Celtics over the limit. Puts Olajuwon at the line for 2 for Houston.
HAKEEM, who hasn't missed tonight from the line, 4 for 4. And he's, as we told you, a 65% free throw shooter, but again, gets nothing but net. I'll tell you, I'm surprised he's not a better free throw shooter because he's got an excellent release.
Yeah. Well, he's a great athlete. He gets them both, and Houston leads by 8 points. 111 to 103. Time remaining, 5.5 minutes. Celtics will need a big finishing kick here down the stretch. Trying to get it to McHale, and Carroll is laying all over him. They go to McHale baseline. Wheels back out to DJ. 3. No. Rebound loose. Olajuwon has it. Lloyd for the Rockets. All the way.
Good job. He's got it in high gear now, this young man. He looks awfully good penetrating. He wasn't doing much of it the first half. Boy, he's sure gotten it done here in the second.
Bird has fouled by Buck Johnson. But that'll only be the third team foul on Houston.
Might be a shooting foul, isn't it?
No. Bird will put it in play. 5:06 to go. Celtics trail by 10. The closest they've come in this quarter is 6. And we have a foul on Joe Barry Carroll. And now that's the limit for the Rockets, their 4th team foul.
Yeah, you got to give Bill Fitz credit, whatever he's done with Joe Barry. This is the most intensity I've ever seen Powell play with.
Larry Bird hits the three-point hoop. 42 in the game for Bird. Celtics are back within 7. 5 minutes to go. What a game Bird has had. 42 points and 14 rebounds for Larry. Olajuwon scored only 6 points in this one. Carroll on the miss. Parrish the rebound. Celtics now with a crucial trip up court. They trail 7. Ainge. DJ. Bird has been smoking hot. A fall away. 2 more. Larry with 44 points. The Celtics have chopped it to 5, and Houston wants a timeout. 4:30 to go. The Green are on the move. It is 113 to 108. Houston's lead is only 5.
You know what it's like trying to get the car you want under $10,000. If you're getting nowhere fast, get down to your Chevy.
The Houston lead to 5 points with 4:30 to go. Other finals: Atlanta 112, Philadelphia 110, Washington 126, New Jersey 117, Dallas 124, Utah 93. Bird is 5 for 5 in this quarter and has 44 points. His season high, by the way, is 49. Olajuwon rolls it in. Rockets back up by 7. Time remaining 4:12. Bird has just had a superb game. 44 points, 14 rebounds, and he has yet to turn the ball over.
I'll tell you, HAKEEM has matured in his play a great deal this year. First time we've had a chance to see him. Parrish chances outside.
A little rainbow jumper. 5-point game again with 4 minutes to go.
Olajuwon used to kind of take that quick shot and go to the fall away a lot. He's bringing it in much more and creating much better opportunities for himself with little moves and pivots and drop back steps.
Celtics really playing deny defense. They go to Carroll, loses the ball. It's out of bounds off the Celtics, however. Houston will have 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, it would have been a big steal. Carroll got his hand in there, but wasn't quite able to control it.
McRae to inbound. Comes in to Olajuwon. Long jumper, going to be a little short. Hits the top of the rim, but Carroll picks it up and drops it in.
Well, it wasn't their fault that time.
No, they did everything possible.
Yeah, that's a bad bounce on the backfoot.
117 to 110. Houston leading it with 3:15 to go. DJ finds Bird looks for Parrish. Robert wheels, gets the 2. Celtics back to within 5 with 3 minutes to go.
Celtics now starting to toughen up on that offense, taking it in strong, going back inside. That's the way they started again.
Carroll right into the hands of Bird, and we're going to get a foul.
Only a
well
foul,
after the play.
But a very late whistle by Ed Middleton.
I will say.
Casey agrees. Let's take a look. Carroll wheels in. There's the slap. You don't see whether he fouled or not, but the whistle blew about at the time that Bird caught the ball.
2 shots for Joe Barry Carroll, 76% foul shooter. 6-point deficit, 118 to 112, just under 3 minutes to play. The Celtics are doing the job at this defensive end. However, every time that something positive happens, something negative happens in turn, like the bad bounce of the ball, or that time the foul coming well after the play was over. Bird's jump shot won't go. Parrish follows no. That was a big one. OLAJUWON the rebound. Rockets by 7. Floyd for Houston with 2.5 minutes to go. And of course, as usual, on the road, the folks love it when their team can beat the Celtics. And right now they have a 7-point lead. That's short. Oh, OLAJUWON right to his hand. Celtics were not alert on that play.
Oh, that's the same thing they've been doing. The ball goes up. Everybody forgets about boxing out responsibilities. OLAJUWON is one of the most effective rebounders in the league. You just can't forget about it.
Comes to Parrish. Blocked by Carroll. Rebound Parrish. He is fouled with 2 minutes to go. The Celtics, however, are down by 9. Foul is on OLAJUWON, which will be his 5th. And Parrish will shoot 2. Offensive rebounds have really killed the Celtics tonight. Houston has 25 offensive rebounds. The Celtics have only 14.
It's been a continual problem for 2 years, and it's not so much a question that we don't have the big guys, but we're just not alert to it. We're just not, doing what we're supposed to do.
Well, that play right there was a perfect example. Down 7 points, they miss a shot, and you've got 3 people around the ball, and they get another shot and get the 2 out of it. Back down to a 7-point ball game, but with only 2 minutes to go now, the Celtics are going to have to play some hellacious defense here to pull this one out. They come up to trap on McRae. Now Rodney's in the open court. They slow it up, however. Floyd takes it all the way in, kicks it back out, short. Celtics down by 9, 1:46 to go. DJ, McHale takes it in. Basket does not go. The goaltending, yes. Count the basket. Goaltending, and McHale will shoot 1.
Got Phil Fitch's attention.
Certainly did.
Take a look from this angle. There's the foul by Short. Oh, yeah,
that's goaltending.
Down,
no question. No question. He hit it. McHale looking for a 3-point play. Gets it, and now it's a 6-point differential. 123 to 117. A minute and 37 to go. Celtics with at least 3 more possessions here.
Celtics trying to trap the ball.
Whoa, almost backcourt. Not quite. Carroll swings it back out to Short. Now Floyd. 3/5 of last year's starting Golden State Warriors are out there. They lose it. DJ comes down. The Celtics at 3-on-2. Ainge. No, but he was fouled, and he'll go to the line with 1:15 to go.
Good strong move by Danny Ainge. At that point, the lay down the Parrish probably wasn't called for. The clock's running down. You want to accomplish your purpose as quickly and expediently as possible. Takes it in himself. Almost spins it in as well.
And Danny Ainge will shoot 2 for the Celtics. He's got 15 points as he stands up there. Make it 16. And it's a 5-point ball game with a minute and 15 to go. 1 more free throw for Ainge. 4-point ball game. 123 to 119.
Plenty of time. They're going to need a little good fortune, however.
McRae over midcourt for Houston. Now to Floyd. 1:08 remaining.
Need a little trap on the ball here. Maybe come up with a steal.
OLAJUWON swings it back out. They're down to 8 on the shot clock. Floyd, a jumper. Sleepy Floyd hits a big shot. Bird, a home run pass to Ainge, and he can't catch up with it.
Floyd's first basket from outside, but a timely one.
That's the first turnover of the game for Larry Bird. 6-point Houston lead, 50 seconds left. 8-point Houston lead.
And that's the second one, and that pretty much nails it down, I would say.
Floyd did not score in the first half. He scored 14 in the second half. Bird wheeling in. Does not hit the shot. Purvis short to Joe Barry Carroll.
And looks like
That'll do it.
first win since 1983.
DJ back for the Celtics. Foul and Joe Barry Carroll. So the Celtics start the 7-game Western trip off not in the greatest of style, as they will lose to the Houston Rockets. And it sure doesn't get any easier. San Antonio tomorrow night has played very well at home. Dallas on Friday, Lakers on Sunday, Phoenix on Monday, then Denver, then Portland. A lot of good teams to be faced on this Western trip of 7 games for the Celtics. And I think, too, if they can come out of it at 4-3, it will be a successful trip.
Well, if they keep playing this way, they won't come out of it with 4-3.
No, they did not.
It won't get any easier with San Antonio tomorrow night. They played with much more intensity than they did in Milwaukee last week. But ironically enough, they did not play intelligently for a veteran, smart team.
McHale intentionally missing the free throw.
Yeah, he crossed. The shooter's got to wait till it hits the rim. The other guys can step in. The shooter must wait till it hits the rim. Kevin followed his shot in over the line. It was a violation. Yeah, they did not play an intelligent game. They did not play an alert game. They were beaten continually to the offensive board simply because they were standing around watching everyone else rebound. And Houston was glad to oblige.
Well, the offensive rebounding statistic was 25-14. Bird with a rebound, gets it up to DJ. The final seconds tick away. Houston leads 129-120, and that's the ball game. That is all over. The last basket does not count, and that is it. From the Summit in Houston, the Celtics lose for the first time down here since 1983. Join us tomorrow night beginning at 8 o'clock when the Celtics travel to San Antonio, where they'll meet the Spurs. For my partner, Bob Cousy, this is Gil Santos saying good night from Houston. Boston Celtics basketball and channel.